And Coach, how do you deal with, the balance between, having a spirited practice and then maybe keeping things from getting in the way of work day?
That was by far one of the most competitive practices since I've been here. And these guys are competing, and you go to the edge, and there's learning experiences. Nobody did anything really that dumb, but if somebody takes a swing on the air, you throw them out. And they went inside with stall, and that's what happens. I told you the game, they find you, and if you don't have that emotional control, you won't be here. But I was very encouraged by today. That was probably the most competitive practice we've had since I've been the coach here.
Are they getting a little antsy to hit to the pads, you think?
You got a problem. I'd much rather have people you got to pull back than people you got to push. And this team's competitive as hell, and that's a fun group to coach.
The way you designed the first week of practices, did you design it so that you would hope that would be the outcome? So they not obviously fights, but the
competitiveness?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of factors into it. Sure, absolutely, you want that. And it's also about the makeup of the guys we've brought in here. This team's got a chip on its shoulder. We're ready to go out there and prove ourselves. And like I said, we're having so much fun working with these guys and these guys, the way they work. It's unbelievable.
Edwards looked like he left practice.
Yeah, Mike, we'll see. It wasn't bad, I guess, but until you get all the imaging, you don't know for sure. But right there, just looking at initially, I don't know. I don't think it was that bad, but we'll see.
Arthur, quarterbacks from a ball placement standpoint, impeccable today where they're putting the football. Is that something that stuck out to you a little bit, where they're placing the ball?
Absolutely. Marcus, he's in a good flow right now, and Desmond, he's right there competing with him, and it's fun to watch. And I really do believe that competition, a really good competition, brings out the best in everybody, and that's what we've got going on at a lot of spots.
You think that competitive nature that you have is also just because you have so many guys competing for certain spots as well? That's why it's extra competitive?
It helps, but it's also the makeup of the guys out there.
It's early, but can you see things in Marcus that you didn't see in 19? Do you see different facets?
Like that. It's just like all of us, right? I hope every day, every year I get to do this, I'm a better coach. And certainly his experiences, brought him to this place, and he's in like I said, he's in a good rhythm. He's in a good flow out there.
What have you seen from AJ Terrell so far in camp?
He's competing, so he's better. Like I said, he's been challenged more in 4 days than I thought he was all last year in training camp. And so it's good for him.
Arthur, a lot of camaraderie among the guys. When a defensive guy makes a play, all the DBs are there. When a wide receiver makes a play, they're all there. Something you talked about, or is that all player manifested?
Well, you just see it building. It's the way these guys, the habits these guys have, and these guys like each other. And like I said, they got a chip on their shoulder, and they want to come out here and prove something, and been really pleased with the effort out there.
What's impressed you today, since it was extra competitive? Is there one or two guys that really stood out to you?
There were a lot of guys.
How does that competitiveness manifest itself beyond what we see when it kind of boils over? Where do you see it in other places? Just the physicality, or is there something else that you see?
I mean, you look at the guys compete up on the highway outside the numbers. You're going one-on-one, or if you're doing certain coverages, you're going to be one-on-one. What are you doing, Liam? What's up, buddy? You got a cracker? Yeah, he's always got a snack. So you see it all over the place, Josh. You do it even when you go to the special teams period. We try to compete in everything we're doing.
But is there a marker besides the physicality? Is there a marker besides?
Well, you're not like in full pads yet, but there's certainly when you're running the football and you're going full speed. It's a physical game inside. You want to play inside at really any level. I mean, the line of scrimmage is not for the well-adjusted. That's kind of why I have a soft spot for him.
Coach, since you know Marcus, you talk about the evolution. Have you noticed anything different, maybe in the confidence or personality? I mean, this is a prime example. He scoots over here, skies the ball into the crowd right there. Is that?
Yeah, it's probably a little more emotion than I've seen from him in a while, and it's probably a little bit of it's a little cathartic. Like a lot of makeup this guy. He wants to go out there and prove. I mean, he's had some big moments in this league. It's been an interesting journey to this point, but he's a Highland talent, and he's won some big games in this league.
You kind of mentioned some of Marcus there, and some of the other guys that you brought in, it seems like it's similar. Was there some thought process of wanting to bring in guys that felt like they needed to prove something?
It's all of us. I mean, I think all the coaches, we got a lot to prove too. certainly you take into account the way some of these the guys are wired. That's a fair statement.
Coach Blue.
He didn't wear his senior selector shirt. That's what everybody's saying. So hard to let.
Yeah, Coach. Ball placement, like Mark said, was he pointed out that was on point. But what's your rule on the quarterbacks pulling the ball down in practice? I know what the old rule.
That was certainly we didn't do a good enough job, and some of the running quarterbacks, and when they broke contain or we lost contain on the rush, and they got out, and it hurt us. And it hurt us in key moments and some very winnable games for us. And so I'll allow it because it's work we need. And I get it when you're in a 7-on-7, there's no rush, but every once in a while you cover them well enough, you're going to have to transition when you're playing certain quarterbacks that can scramble. And you're certainly facing more of those, seems like, every year.
Coach Leroy Watson, undrafted free agent, playing offensive line, playing tight end in college. What have you seen from him so far in camp? Anything that stands out?
A lot of that rookie group competing. I've been very pleased with the rookie O-line group. Those guys work. Leroy, Shafe, Tyler, very pleased.
With Elijah Wilkinson, the last 3 days he's been running for some reps. I know there's not pass, but what has he shown to, I guess, get that 3 days in a row?
All those specifics, but a lot of times there's certain things that he's doing that we're pleased with, and doing it the way that we feel it needs to be done. And so I think it's a good thing for Jalen to see if he can step up. Like I said, competition brings out the best in everybody, and we'll see where it goes. I'm not down on Jalen, but it's more that we're more pleased with what Elijah's doing right now.
When you have a younger player like Jalen, how do you have that conversation handled versus maybe if that is in the
conversations. There's nothing I would ever say up here and say, things we have closed doors. I'll meet with those guys one-on-one. And I try to call me a lot of things, but I'll be honest and upfront, and I make sure I meet with those guys if there's anything that we do that they want to know why.
Coach Jake Matthews, now being kind of the senior guy on this offense, what kind of leadership role has he stepped into? Is it any greater than it's been previously?
I mean, that's very, when you lose guys that have been here for a long time and you're looking, there's always, they emerge, and it emerges in their own way. And certainly Jake leads by example. He's so damn dependable. Love, the work habits he brings in every day, and guys look up to him. Now he's the old guy in the building in some ways, but him and Grady are doing a great job there. And we're getting some leadership from other guys. You feel Damian Williams out here. He's looking for more snaps.
Is he your lineman?
Hope so.
Anybody else? All right, I'll be on there.
Appreciate it. Come on, you didn't get me a question today. You got nervous because D-Lab was here.
Yeah, D-Lab, he's so intimidating.
I know.